you can learn from someone else's mistakes, or you can go and make those same mistakes. And if you learn from someone else's mistakes, you'll take years off of your journey of getting to where you're trying to go. So mentors really help you. There's this stigma that we've been taught that, herbs are witchcraft and we're not supposed to deal with them and stay away from them. So we want to be one of the people that teach our people that, man, basically the pharmaceutical industry taught us that we shouldn't deal with the herbs so that we can come and buy their products. In America, that's where all the rejects from the other country went. All the other countries. So all the other Western nations, when the thugs and the criminals, they sent them to America. So that's who's governing America, all the thugs and criminals and rejects from the other countries. So it's like fair game over there, bro. But I heard in the UK, like, they're more like institutional. I haven't been scammed because I can smell it. Like, if you from the streets, bro, you can smell a scam. You can feel it, bro. You can like tell if this person's playing. I've had my time wasted a lot, but I can't say that I've been scammed. I have a lawyer in place, and I have everything you see in the West, everything you are witnessing on TV, seeing on Instagram, seeing people boast and brag about, that was built off free labor. Like 400 years ago, they took a group of people over there and built all of that with free labor. So if you see that, if you want to build that, if you think that's what you need, you can build that yourself over here on the continent. Just look around you with your brothers that's around you, your sisters that's around you.
And how many hours do you work per day?
Bro, wow, a lot. Wow, that's a good question. I would say maybe...
Hello, welcome back to Make Your Own Destiny podcast, the podcast that inspires you to shape your future. And today, we're with a very special guest who needs no introduction if you attended the last Connectors Club event. He was one of the speakers at the regular event and at the VIP event as well. His name is Tim Ford, but he's going to introduce himself later. The first time I saw Tim Ford was on Instagram. He has a lot of followers on Instagram, and I was so interested with what he's talking about. He's American. As you know, a lot of Americans think that Africa is a country and it's all a safari park. So Tim Ford is always trying to educate people from America that they should invest in Africa. Africa is nice, especially Tanzania, which is a very, very good initiative. So if you're interested in that, please like, subscribe, and let me know down below what guest do you want to see next. I'm with my co-host, Monty. He's looking so good today. Yo, Monty, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah, let's go straight to the guest. Tim Ford, you're welcome.
Thank you, bro. Asante Sana. Thank you guys for inviting me to your platform. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to sit and talk with you guys. Asante. Yeah, thank you.
So let's just, we also talked about Connectors Club. I mean, for the people that attended Connectors Club, know who you are. So for me personally, and for the previous guests that also attended Connectors Club event, I would really like to know what stood out for you in that event, and how do you think it can impact other people that did not attend the event?
What stood out to me was how can I put it? There was attention to detail and attention to making sure that the event was run in a certain particular way, and the fact that you guys were like a team on the same page, actually focused on a goal to make a good event. Like, I could see that in the way that you guys were interacting with each other, even before we came, the way that we were communicating. My team was communicating with you guys' team, how the communication was flowing, and the fact that it was geared around networking and connecting everybody together, because that's the main piece. We need to come together and join arms. So I loved how, that was the main focus of putting people together, connecting each other, people, yeah.
And as Musa talked about your journey in bringing people back to Africa and investing in Africa, can you tell us a bit about your background and what shaped you to start this mission and journey?
Well, a little bit about me, man. I'm an entrepreneur at heart because I watched my dad. My dad went to jail when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and when he got out of jail, he wasn't able to get a job in America. So when you go to jail and you get like a felony conviction, they don't allow you to go and get certain jobs within the society. So my father ended up going to jail, and he got out and he couldn't find a job. So I watched him like get a lawnmower and put it in the back of his car and drive around our city and start cutting grass for a living. And when he started cutting grass, man, I literally watched him go from not being able to get a job in the city to the city actually calling him and asking him to come and cut some of the properties within the city. So me watching him do that, it always gave me the mindset of like, I don't have to get a handout from anybody. If I just work and stay focused, I'll get what I'm supposed to get. Yeah.
Yeah. So how long was your dad in jail?
Oh, that's a good question, bro. It was so long ago.
Yeah.
Probably maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, he made a stupid decision, and it put him he had to go to jail for a minute. Yeah.
With your dad being in jail, it means you're staying with your mom.
Yeah, I was staying with my mom at the time.
Yeah. So who has been a big inspiration in your life yourself?
Big inspiration has been, of course, my mom and dad. Like the situation and our circumstances that we were in, like it forced me to have a certain mindset about life and a certain hunger. Okay. Like they inspired me because of the situation that they were in. Like I knew like I'd had to do better and stand on their shoulders and complete something. So they really inspired me with the sacrifice that they made and how they stayed true to, taking care of us and trying to help us out. But there's one celebrity, or I know everybody wants to know a big person and someone that I watched or somebody content who helped me. There's a speaker named Eric Thomas.
E.T.
Yeah, you already know. Yeah. So I was watching E.T. too, man, and E.T. really gave me the inspiration to keep going and step into the speaking arena and really like start trying to do that seriously. So E.T. for the people out there that needs a celebrity, yeah.
So when did you arrive in Tanzania, or was Tanzania the first country you came to start your mission, or was there other African countries you went to?
So I came here 4 years ago, and I started off in Rwanda. I was in Rwanda for like 1 month, bro, and it just didn't feel right. It was it's a nice country. It's beautiful. It is the cleanest from what I've seen, but it gives me retirement vibes. Like it's somewhere where you can go and chill and relax and retire. If you're trying to build something, it's better to come over here, in my opinion.
And how has it been since you've been here?
Oh, bro, it's been challenging. I ain't gonna lie. It hasn't been smooth sailing, but the challenges have taught me and prepared me. I already knew like what I had to do, my mission and my goal. So challenges is a part of the process, but it's been a lot of ups and downs with dealing with people and helping people and getting to know people, both sides of the culture, getting to know you guys and getting to know some of the Americans that's coming. It's been a challenge, but it's been good. I've been learning.
And what would you say was the biggest challenges you faced here?
The biggest challenge I faced.
The biggest challenge I gave you, saying this is a setback, but you didn't quit, you kept going.
The biggest challenge, man. Oh man, I recently had here in Tanzania, we're not allowed to own anything unless we have a business with a Tanzanian. Yeah. So I opened up a business with a Tanzanian. This man died in a motorcycle accident. Yeah, man, it was tough. So this is like now, bro, like 2 months ago, he just died. So it's really making me shift things. He was the main one communicating for us. He was the main one going to the town, talking to people, getting the deals, getting the discounts. Even though my Swahili is like limited right now, he was the one that was the face to talk to the Tanzanians so we didn't get done over. But now I have to go and still try to get those same prices. So it's been a challenge, but I'm not going to quit because we came this far. I just got to readjust.
Yeah. And what would you say is your end goal? So if someone was to ask you why you're in Tanzania and what would you like to achieve in Tanzania, what would you say is the end goal? That when you get this and say, okay, I've achieved the goal that I want to do here.
I would say, man, of course, I want to acquire property for my family, man. I want to get my family in a good position so that when I leave, my son and my daughter have something that they could use in order to, do something for themselves. And I want to have been helped a lot of Americans get out of the situation that they're in. I want to have like at least a few 100,000, if not millions of Americans say, if it wasn't for Tim Ford and his platform and the work that he's done, I wouldn't be over here in Africa. So yeah, I want to inspire a lot of people to come back over here, man, and get out of America, get out of the West, at least to heal, man.
We always talk about mentorship, and as I said, with your dad's situation. So right now, what do you think the importance of having mentors? Or do you have any mentors yourself?
Mentors, man, mentors are very important because I think it there's a quote that I heard that says you can learn from someone else's mistakes, or you can go and make those same mistakes. And if you learn from someone else's mistakes, you'll take years off of your journey of getting to where you're trying to go. So mentors really help you skip some pain and suffering that you don't have to deal with. And me personally, I do have a mentor that I'm working with now. Yeah, we've been working for a few years. Well, we just started getting serious within this past month, but we've been communicating as like, it hasn't been officially been mentor mentee, but we've been talking and he's been helping for a while. But mentors are, bro, they're one of the most important keys to success. Another quote I learned was every professional athlete, every person on the high level that we see and look up to, they all have a coach. Someone coached Michael Jordan, someone's coaching LeBron, somebody coached Kobe.
Yeah.
So, everybody has a coach and someone that they have to answer to, no matter how big you are or think you are. Yeah.
And for a young person who's watching right now, like, how would you advise him to find a mentor? Like, how do you get that mentor?
I would say, one, you have to make sure that the person you want to work with or learn from is, truly who they say they are. There's a saying that says, you will know a tree by their fruit. You will know how someone is based off the work that they're producing and what they've been doing. So make sure that person is someone that you want to learn from, and they have things in their life that you are able to pick from, and it'll take you where you want to go. And don't, in order to get a mentor, I would say you don't be afraid to sacrifice your time and energy to help the person that you want to learn from. Like, one principle I learned is you have to go in for free for a season in order to get the respect and the understanding of that person. Like, go and serve under someone that you want to help. Like, if you see there's a mentor out there that you want to help and you have a videography skill, say, hey, I'll come and do your videos for you for free if you just give me the game while I'm there learning. If they need somebody to write for them, if they need somebody to do research, find a way where they need help and fulfill that help for them, and then they'll in turn want to help you and give you the game.
It's always about, you have to give value to get some value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not for free, man.
We've seen that there's something that you guys have come up with. It's called Ford Herbal. So what kind of impact do you hope that Ford Herbal will have on the wellness industry and your community as a whole?
It's Ford's Herbal with an S.
Ford Herbals.
Yeah, Ford's.
Ford's Herbals.
Yeah.
So for the people that don't know what it is, what is it?
Yeah, so Ford's Herbal is our all-natural wellness company, man. My wife is a herbal practitioner and a student midwife. So she went to school in America, and she learned how to make natural products and heal and help women. Well, people, not just women. So she sells the products and she makes the product, and it's my job in order to market it and like tell people about it and sort of get us connections and deals where we can put them in strategic locations and everything. Yeah.
So what impacts do you guys hope that will have in the community?
We hope, man, to heal and inspire people to heal themselves, basically. We want to give people the tools to know, like, okay, there's this stigma that we've been taught that herbs are witchcraft and we're not supposed to deal with them and stay away from them. So we want to be one of the people that teach our people that, man, basically the pharmaceutical industry taught us that we shouldn't deal with the herbs so that we can come and buy their products. That's the main reason we think like that, because they wanted us to just come and buy their stuff. So we want to teach people the real about how these people play with our mind in order for us to come and, buy from them and inspire them that they can do this on their own. People have neem trees in their backyard and don't even know what to do with it. Like, don't even know the value of what you can do with a neem tree. So we want to be able to educate and inspire others to see the value in the herbs that's here around the world. Yeah.
And do you think herbs are more effective than other medicines?
I mean, herbs are at the base of every medicine. So if it wasn't for the herbs, none of the pharmaceutical drugs would work. So yeah, it's more effective. It's the main ingredient for a lot of the other medicines. They don't tell us, but at the base of it is a herb, bro. That's the main thing that they use to get it started.
Yeah. So even in America, people think herbs is witchcraft.
Bro, yes, it's crazy. Yes, bro. It's the tide is changing now. Ever
Yeah.
since the the thing that happened in 2020, people have been waking up and realizing like, hey, I can help myself. I can heal myself. So yeah, people think that in America too, bro. Unfortunately, yeah, bro. They did a good job of brainwashing us and making us think crazy.
So why did you have this thought of saying people who are in America come back to Africa to your roots and come invest here? When did you come up with this notion that people have to come back here? This is our roots. Let's come invest back here instead of giving money to the West.
Yeah, that's a good question, man. George Floyd, bro. I was still in America at the time of George Floyd, and George Floyd is not just that one time, bro. Ever since George Floyd, it's happened numerous times since. It's just not on a worldwide stage every time, but every other day it's on the news in America, somebody getting killed like that from the police, bro. Like, it's a common thing, and that stress that we have to live in that environment that we are stuck in over there, it's not how the whole world operates. I know there's a level of peace and freedom here that we can tap into as a people on this side of the world, and we can really think for ourselves and really build something. So me experiencing that George Floyd thing and continuously experiencing it, and from the times I experienced it before, it's like, man, we got to try something new. We don't have to stay over here if there's other places in the world where we can, build something.
So is it necessarily America, or is it the whole West as a whole?
Yeah, I would say I could only speak for America and my experience there. Like, I know it's pretty bad in America, but I've heard it's different. Like, it's still bad. It's more subtle in other countries.
Okay.
Yeah, because in America, that's where all the rejects from the other country went. All the other countries. So all the other Western nations, when the thugs and the criminals, they sent them to America. So that's who's governing America, all the thugs and criminals and rejects from the other countries. So it's like fair game over there, bro. But I heard in the UK, like, they're more like institutional with their things. Like, they don't outright say it and do it, but they do things within the corporate world where what's going on. Yeah.
You tell people to come and invest in Africa, especially Tanzania, and you've already been here for a very long time now. So what are the investments that you can tell someone, you can come and invest in this and this?
Yeah. So I would say, of course, real estate. You can't go wrong with real estate and land. Yeah. And another one I'm learning I'm loving is the machinery, heavy machinery, like bulldozers and crane equipment and things for construction, because there's a lot of construction going on over here. They're making roads, they're building buildings, so you're gonna need machines in order to get that work done. And of course, I've been telling people to do like microfinancing and lending, like lend money to people here on the continent that actually have a dream and an idea and a vision. Like, give them the capital and just get your percentage and help them grow. Like, you can even mentor them at the same time as they use your funds for their business. So there's a few ways that I've been trying to tell people and help them get over here. And agriculture, of course. You can't go wrong with investing in agriculture and farming and, helping feed the world.
The biggest problem when you're investing in Africa, especially in Tanzania, is trust. So when you talk about lending, it's a very big problem because even the bank cannot trust the people. That's why you can find there are no, like, those long-term mortgages like we're using in Africa. So with trust being a very big problem, have you ever faced any scamming or stuff like that when you're trying to invest here?
I would say I haven't been scammed because I can smell it. Like, if you're from the streets, bro, you can smell a scam. You can feel it, bro. You can tell if this person's playing. I've had my time wasted a lot, but I can't say that I've been scammed. I have a lawyer in place, and I have people around me that can call it out when it's coming up. So I don't get myself in those type of situations. I'm around good people that really help me avoid that, thankfully. Yeah. But I've seen some people, man, they've gotten done dirty, bro. Yeah, it's tough if you don't know how to move over here. Like, if you're not strategic and you just running like, I have my capital, where's the land? Like, that's when people get messed up. You have to make sure you get like a legal person on your team and have somebody on your team who's accountable for that. So when y'all do things, you can answer to them about it. Yeah.
And what have you got to say for people who believe that let me go to the West. Let me leave Africa, go to the West. I don't think there's opportunities here. Let me go back to the West. I'll find more opportunities there.
Yeah.
I can get a job there. I can do everything there instead of here.
Man, I feel like everything you see in the West, everything you are witnessing on TV, seeing on Instagram, seeing people boast and brag about, that was built off free labor. Like 400 years ago, they took a group of people over there and built all of that with free labor. So if you see that, if you want to build that, if you think that's what you need, you can build that yourself over here on the continent. Just look around you with your brothers that's around you, your sisters that's around you, and mobilize, and they'll be able to do that over here. It's going to be a process and a journey, but you don't necessarily have to run over there, especially with this phone, with the phones that we have, this media stuff, bro. It's wide open for people to build it over here on their own rather than running over there and feeling like, let me do it there. Because the stress that's over there is not worth it. People are, man, the bills, you see the extravagant lifestyles, but you don't know the bills that people have to pay over there. It's like all your money goes directly through you to the bills. You don't even get to see it like you would over here.
So when it comes down to the whole point of being a public speaker, how do you tailor your speaking engagements to different types of events, from corporate settings to community outreach?
So it really depends on what the audience needs, bro. Like I pray before every event too. I ask God to lead me and give me the words to speak for the people that need to hear it. So it really depends on the topic that the people want me to speak about and what the vision is for the event that we're going to. Because corporate, sometimes they want to talk about leadership. Sometimes they want to inspire their people. But community outreach, sometimes you want to get investors. Sometimes you want to inspire people to change. So it really depends on the topic and what they ask me for.
Sometimes I think Americans, or I can say the West, is so brainwashed to the point where if they see someone like you doing this, they think that you've been brainwashed, not the other way around. What have you got to say for the people that have this notion in their head?
That I've been brainwashed.
Yeah.
I would say, man, that's deep. What would I say to someone who think I'm brainwashed? I tend not to even, bro. Like, me entertaining that is like me wasting time away from my vision. Like, it's like me, like, no, look at this. Come on, I'm not brainwashed. Let's go see. Like, it's like, bro, if you think I'm brainwashed, okay, bro, you going about your life. Let me go talk to someone who needs this, who are open to this, and who are receptive to this. Because I don't have time to be trying to convince people in 2024. This late in the game, bro, if I have to sit down and convince you about what's going on, you haven't done your due diligence by yourself. So you can feel like I'm brainwashed. That's fine. I feel like I'm brainwashed for the right side of history, though.
And so far, you said you've been here for 4 years.
Yeah.
There's been the ups and downs. What's the ups that you have seen here that keeps you going every single day?
One thing was the Connectors Club event. When I had the chance to meet Vusi, Thembekwayo, bro, that was a game changer because I was talking to my social media manager like probably 6 months before, bro. I saw the flyer on Facebook and I was like, oh, we got to get there. We have to get to that event. Like, we have to go and try to talk to Vusi. And I didn't know there would be an opportunity for me to speak. And so when I had the opportunity to speak, that was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is something good. And when we got to the VIP event and for Vusi to acknowledge me, it was like, oh yeah, this is something. We working with something now. So that was one of the ups that I experienced. And I've been able to rub some shoulders with some people in the government here in Tanzania that really respect the initiative. So that's really been like, okay, this is worth it. It's worth more than the downs that I've been dealing with. So those interactions with the right type of people in the right places really give me that kick to keep going, bro.
And in your TEDx talk, you spoke about empowering Africans worldwide to rebuild in Africa.
Yeah.
And you've talked about some ups that you have had. Like, what's the downside that you've had so far?
The downside is mindset, bro. Because this is such a poverty-stricken place, when a lot of people meet me and they hear the English, they don't understand the vision and want to build with me. They just want the money right then. It's like I could meet a brother and he's very talented at something, and I'm like, bro, look, let's work on this for a few months, and I promise you we can get something. They're like, nah, can you pay me now? And then they just want to get the money at the beginning. So it's mindset that I've been having the trouble with, overcoming with from different individuals. They just don't see the vision sometimes. And I understand because of the situation that people are in, man. Some people are just trying to eat for today. Some people they don't even care about long term. They can't even think that far because they got family to feed. I've learned here, some people have grandparents calling them from the village, like your mother, grandmother, auntie. You got people calling you from the village to send things to you that day. So you can't really be thinking about long term sometimes. So I understand the perspective, but yeah, that's one of the tough parts, mindset.
And how do you overcome that with people?
I overcome it by thinking about the reality of the fact that it's not intentional. It's not, their fault. It's not something that they want to do. It's just a situation that they've unfortunately been forced into. So I just have to move accordingly and keep trying to find the right individuals for the right thing that we're working on. Yeah. Fortitude. Yeah.
How is it managing different types of streams? So you have the Herbal, you have the public speaking, and you also we're tapping into real estate. So do you have any system in place, or how does it work for you?
Yeah, I have a system in place that we're putting in place. Honestly, my wife, like I said, I don't make the products, so my wife is the one who makes those. So I make sure to strategically give her time to do that. Like if I need to take the children away from the house or get them away from the house, I would give her time in the house to herself and to her products so she can make those things. And in terms of if I have to go and do things, I always have sometimes I have to ask my social media manager to babysit the children for a while I go and handle something. So if you're on the team, you got to be ready to step up in any instance. Sometimes I have my dada from the shop who works at our Forest Herbal shop. She actually helps and watch the children. So we have different streams in place to where we working this thing out as it builds. Yeah.
And as we know that real estate, as Musa says, takes time. It's a long investment.
Mm-hmm.
For the people from America that you reach out to, saying come invest back here, for example, invest in a property, how do you convince them? Because we all know that real estate is a long-term investment.
Yeah.
How do you convince them to say, brother, this or sister, this is going to take this time, but I promise it's worth it?
Yeah, I just, bro, I lead by example. That's all I can do. I can only show my life and show my experience. And thankfully, some of the people who've been following me just trust the journey because they've watched my journey. Through my journey, I've been telling people this is a process. It's long. If you're going to deal with me, be ready to deal with a long journey. So I'm just pretty upfront with people bro, this is not easy. It's going to take some time. You have to trust me and trust the process if this is something that you want to do. Yeah, you can't afford to baby people. And what I've learned is, bro, the people that you have to baby, them the ones you really don't want to deal with. Yeah. You just if they trying to worry you about something small, bro, just let them go. Don't even try to no, it's okay, just trust the journey, come on. No, bro, people with money, they are this is what's gonna happen, this is the process, all right, here, let's get it done. So I've learned to just deal with those people and not try to worry about those who don't get it yet. Yeah, man, it's a time waster.
Yeah, as you said, you have a lot of streams, and you also have a family. You also have to deal with Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So how do you maintain that work and life balance?
Man, that's a good question, Musa. Woo, man. You just gotta do it, bro. I think that it's order in the chaos. You have to sort of put people on strategic things. With Instagram, I post once, but I have my social media manager schedule a lot of it too. Some of it is scheduled. I might film one day, or we might even just clip a few different videos out that I've already done and put that up. So you have to strategically put people in position to help it move forward. And it's a process of really sacrificing, man. As a father, as a man, we weren't taught to be as involved with the families as we should be. We were taught to just let it, the wife got it, the woman got it, the dadas got it. But we have to be involved and structure it and make sure that things are going the way that it needs to go, so the family can be on one accord and it be a well-oiled machine. Because I I can't be jumping to interviews and my wife at home stressed out. I got to make sure the house good. I got to make sure they got food. I got to make sure they got water. I got to make sure things are in place so that when I come back, I got a happy house to come to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. And how many hours do you work per day?
Bro, wow, a lot. Let me, wow, that's a good question. I would say maybe, bro, I haven't even timed it in a long time, Musa. That's a good question, bro. Maybe, woo, a lot of the day, 8 to 10 hours, bro. It's like work. I'm studying. I'm looking up ideas. I do a lot of I watch a lot of videos teaching me how to create better content. Like I'm always studying and learning. Okay, how can I do this better? So, yeah, I spend a lot of time learning how to perfect my craft, man. Yeah.
So your business is mainly content.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, because it gets the people in. It shows them what we're doing, and it shows like that we are serious. And the consistency of me showing up, it sort of gives investors and people that's watching the confidence, the trust that I'm gonna keep showing up. Like if people have invested in me because I keep showing up on YouTube and Instagram. They're like, oh, I know this guy. They feel like they know me now because they keep watching so much. So it actually adds to us getting comfortable and connected with each other in their mind. Even though I don't know them, they feel like they know me because they watch so much of my content. I've been consistent. Yeah.
And talking about content, what's your content creation process? How do you ensure that you create the best piece of content out there?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Some good questions, guys. Wow. I script out my videos, and there's a thing that you can save certain what's the word? You can save certain clips and videos that you like on Instagram into a particular folder. So what I do is when I see something that's inspirational, when I see something that I feel like I can recreate into my way, I would save that into a folder. And then I would go back, and when I need inspiration, I go through this folder and see, okay, what am I going to talk about today? There's another thing where these pages, they share like viral hooks. They share a bunch of things that really help you do your content better. So I save these and I screenshot them. And when it comes time for me to create things, I have my notepad, I have my viral hooks, and I just think about what I want to talk about, and I write it out, and then I go and do the video. So scripting is very important. You can't just start talking. You have to script it out and know what you're going to talk about. Yeah, that's helped me to separate. I used to just go out and go off the top of the head. Sometimes that works, but if you want to do it as a business, if you want to be able to show up as authority and be someone that's respected, you have to start scripting it out and actually look like you know what you're talking about and structure it in that way.
See, you didn't come alone today. You came with a team, and I'd like to ask: the things we're talking about. You can do them alone, but what's the importance of having a team with you?
Man, I was trying to do this alone for the longest. You can't do this alone. You can build to a certain level, but at some point, if you want to scale it and get it to another level, you have to put people in position to delegate things and help it run smoother. Like before my team came along, I was trying to do all the Instagram content, all the YouTube content, and meet people and get deals and secure like relationships with people. So you guys know, coming here as an American, like I said, when people hear English, it's like, nah, let's get to the money. But because I have a team in place, I got my brother, he will reach out first and see how they are, how they operate. Are they worth someone we're going to talk to? Are they worth someone building with? Are they worth it? And that saves me a lot of time and effort and energy for me trying to go and waste time with other people. So I could do it by myself, but it'll be a lot more stressful. I won't have work-life, home balance. There won't be any balance. I'll always be on my phone, frustrated, trying to edit reels, edit videos, and continue to stay on my phone and edit when I need to be focused on family things and other things. So, bro, teamwork makes the dream work. It's a crazy quote that people don't trust or believe, but now that I've gotten to this point, and bro, the team just came together, 3 months ago? 3 months ago, bro. Right, a little bit before Connectors Club. That's when we formulated and came together, bro. So Connectors Club was like our second event that we did as a team, bro. Okay. Yeah.
And how many people you have in your team?
How many people? Right now, two. Well, 3. I can't forget my wife. She's not here right now, but that's the MVP, bro. Wife on the team.
She's the main one.
Yeah, she's the main one, bro.
So to the Make Your Own Destiny people, the audience, and people watching you, what final thoughts would you like to share to the audience about pursuing your own destiny, starting your own journey?
I would say, man, be okay with being alone. Be okay with looking crazy. Be okay with trusting your journey and trusting your process. I know here in Africa, a lot of you guys are sort of forced into, your fields of expertise almost. Like if your dad was a doctor, you have to go to the medical field. If your father was a lawyer, you have to go into the law field. So it depends. Like with that dynamic, you have to be okay with upsetting your father or mother for a few years until they get it. They're gonna call you crazy. They might disown you, but if you trust your gut instinct and trust your journey and trust your process for your destiny, when you get to that point, your family gonna come back around and be like, oh, this is my son, this is my daughter. I've always trusted them. I always believed in them. But you got to be okay with going along in the beginning and going against what we've been taught. Yeah.
So there's a culture in hand where we've started, and usually a guest leaves a question for the next guest, not knowing who the guest is. So what question do you have for our next guest?
Good question. What are you doing to inspire and show the people from the diaspora the reality of Africa? What are you doing with your platform? Because I'm sure y'all just not getting anybody. Y'all getting people that's really, doing things. So what are you doing with your platform to show people the truth about what's going on and the possibility in Africa?
The next guest has to come in hand and answer this question. That was Tim Ford, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share it to your friend. And make sure you follow all his platforms. It will be listed down on the description below. And see you guys on the next episode.